having the gray beard and the gray mustache.
On a night when Zoom is on the fritz.
I know, it's very convenient.
It is convenient. Thank you to whoever arranged
Yeah,
that.
let's, I don't know how you want to do a picture of this, but
I love this.
You need to, gotta get both sides of your goat.
Zoom is on the fritz.
Christie?
Can you open the meeting? Get this moving.
is there a motion to open tonight's, let me just start fresh. This is my last one. Let me make it right.
Damn, I'm so
Take a deep
mad I
breath.
can wear mine.
Welcome, everybody, to the regular meeting for the Board of Trustees for Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Is there a motion to open tonight's meeting? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Patino, all in favor. Meeting is hereby open. Can we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As you can tell, this is a little bit, this meeting's gonna be a little bit different because it's my last meeting and it's Shari's last meeting. And I guess the trustees decided to dress like Shari and to wear a beard and a goatee like I do. At least it's not gray. I appreciate that. So you guys are gonna suffer through that the whole night?
No,
So.
no, just the beginning, just the beginning.
It's only like 100 degrees in here too.
So we appreciate that. And
Appreciate you guys.
thank you.
Clearly.
So the first order of business are presentations, and I'm going to do this presentation. It's a special presentation, as maybe, because we're putting it up now.
My joke's over.
I'm not taking this off.
I don't blame you. You look good. It's your color.
I feel good, actually.
That's what it is.
Okay, so. It's okay.
I want a t-shirt.
I've done a lot of proclamations over the last 3 terms as mayor, and this is a very special one. I wanted to save it for the last one that I'm doing. And as you could tell, we're putting up a banner and honoring someone. I'm going to go down to. I'm going to go down to the microphone, and I'm going to ask our village clerk to join me, even though I'm not.
Do we have a sign for this banner?
Yeah, exactly. So, take it down. Remove it. Hey.
Okay, for the record, I am now her favorite mayor. So what I have here is a special proclamation for our village clerk, and I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to hear from the honoree herself. Look at that picture of you there. Wow. So, whereas Liz Draper honorably served our nation as a United States Marine from 1979 to 1983 and continues her devotion to service as a proud member of the American Legion, Marine Corps Association, Women's Marines Association, and as an honored life member of the Marine Corps League, Westchester Department. And whereas since 1983, Liz Draper has faithfully supported the Marine Corps' Toys for Tots program, personally collecting toys for children in need, and often donning her Marine Corps dress blues to inspire generosity and holiday spirit throughout the community. And whereas Liz, in another call to serve, this time in her hometown, where she has worked with dedication and integrity as the village clerk since August 12, 2003. Over the past 22 years, she has served with fairness, professionalism, and an unwavering commitment to the residents of the village, earning the designation of Registered Municipal Clerk in 2018. And whereas in addition to her responsibility as village clerk, Liz has served as the Registrar of Vital Statistics and Secretary of the Local Development Corporation. She's played an active role in organizing village events, including the Farmers Market, Dobbs Ferry Festa, and the village's Climate Smart Communities. And as the village's Climate Smart Communities Coordinator, she was instrumental in helping the village earn bronze certification in 2009 and silver certification in 2014. And whereas Liz is a respected member of the Westchester County Municipal Clerks and Treasurers Association, serving as its president from 2011 to 2013, she's also been an active leader within the New York State Association of City and Village Clerks, contributing to numerous committees, including the legislative, the hospitality, the registration, and the website, and has served this distinction as the association's president from December 2021 through September 2024. And whereas Liz has been recognized nationally through the General Code Clerk Honor Roll, achieving the remarkable #1 position in 2025 with the most nominations in the country, and most recently has been honored as the New York State Clerk of the Year for 2025. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Vincent Rosillo, Mayor of the Village of Dobbs Ferry, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire community, do hereby extend our deepest appreciation and heartfelt congratulations to Liz for her service and leadership and lifelong commitment to duty, to country, to profession, and to our community. We proudly recognize and celebrate Liz for her outstanding achievements and her well-deserved honor of New York State Clerk of the Year 2025, and be it resolved that I do hereby proclaim Tuesday, November 18th as Liz Draper Day in the Village of Dobbs.
Well, this is a beyond nice surprise. I'm a little speechless, but not totally. Wow. I think I'm going to have to leave since it's my day. Now that I have a deputy, I can get out of here. No, thank you so much. It's a big honor for me and for the village, and my accomplishments, as the mayor stated in the proclamation, it's really the first time a clerk in the village of Dobbs Ferry has ever accomplished being president of the county, state, and winning clerk of the year. So it's pretty huge, and I really appreciate the recognition. Beautiful banner. All you sneaky Pete's who did all of this behind my back, very much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pass it down.
You can sit down. We're gonna do Sherry first. Sherry Rosen, Asher, please come up.
Which one of them? Would the real Sherry Rosen
One
Asher please
without the
stand
pink
up?
jacket.
Where's your pink jacket tonight, Sherry?
All right, we have kindly made you a nice plaque. Sherry, you began this phase of your life as a local activist when you were, shall we say, inspired by some national events in 2016. While she had long been involved in the community, including as a VP of the PTSA, her renewed commitment to working in grassroots mobilization led to her to dedicate not only her volunteer hours to public service, but also her working hours. County Executive Latimer saw in Sherry what we have now all seen, her unmatched passion and skill for connecting people and for advocating for those who don't yet have a seat at the table. County Executive Latimer created a role for her, specifically, that made the most of these superpowers, where she has fostered connections between small businesses in Westchester through their chambers of commerce, expanded opportunities for downtown revitalization, entrepreneurship, and job creation in the county, and elevated the county's commitment to human rights, particularly for folks with disabilities. And she continues this role under new C. Ken Jenkins. Along the way, she also got involved in this work as a volunteer in Dobbs Ferry after Mayor Rosillo appointed her to his new Human Rights and Diversity Committee in 2020. The following year, when Mara and I left the Board of Trustees, Sherry stepped up to answer the call. Since then, Dobbs Ferry has been the fortunate beneficiary of Sherry's superpowers. And in return, we have gifted her with endless discussions of parking, trees, and traffic. You're welcome. We've benefited tremendously from Sherry's experience with the county, where she sees how municipalities all over work to solve the same challenges that we face here. We've watched her push for solutions to provide more housing options for those who can't afford million-dollar homes and greater accessibility for all, whether it's a ramp at Gould Park or better closed captioning and sound amplification for our meetings. I mean, I don't know what happened tonight with the visuals, but or for document translation. We've stood by her as she experienced painful loss, yet still remained dedicated to her fellow neighbors. She's continued to advocate for a more diverse representation within our board, staff, and leadership. And she's taken the time, so much time, to sweat the details in the less glamorous arenas, like we just did, the architectural plans and the financials, the legalese that we are all faced with on the board. Sherry likes to remind us that she's a Yenta at heart, the ultimate connector, and she has been that for us, reminding us of how the work we do here in Dobbs connects to national struggles, how the county and neighboring communities have resources and lessons we can all be drawing from, and that she knows literally everyone. The village thanks you and your family for giving us these extraordinary 4 years. Just know that this isn't the end of us knocking on your door for guidance and much needed introductions. Thank you.
Wow, that was, wow.
Sorry, it's not written in a proper way.
That was great. It has been definitely an interesting and humbling experience to serve on the board. And I really appreciate all of the hours that people spend in this village dedicating their time and volunteering themselves, their expertise and their thoughts and their energy to give back to the community. And not just Dobbs Ferry, but the county, the state, the country. This is a time right now when we all need to come together, and we're all going to need to help each other, and we're going to need to think about people who aren't as fortunate as the people here in this village, and do what we can. And I'm thrilled that Donna Azuma will be sitting in my seat up there, because she, to me, embodies everything that's good about Dobbs Ferry. Everybody here, I mean, you have no idea how hard these people work and how many hours they put in. And it's been eye-opening to me to see how hard the staff works here, how everybody really works together. And I don't think you really see that. You don't see that if you just come to a meeting to bitch and moan about parking for 3 minutes during, courtesy of the floor, and you don't see that if all you do is criticize. I urge everyone to do something to get involved. I know the people in this room are the people that are involved because you're here, but it really does give you more than you can imagine to give back to the community. So I'm happy that I could play a small part in this, and I thank all of you for all the patience you had with me, for all the things I didn't know, and for all the times when I was just tired and I just wanted to go home. So thank you very much.
Sir? Also, Mayor Russillo's last meeting. I'd like to present you this plaque. Ready?
I'm ready.
Many years ago, a young, idealistic man had strong feelings about a new development near his home in Dobbs Ferry. This resident of the village, Vincent Russillo, raised 3 daughters here with his wife, Fran, and decided to run for trustee to be a part of the solution rather than simply voicing his concerns. That was 15 years ago? 14, 15? 15. Yes, he's been serving his community on this board for 15 years. In meetings alone, that's 1,000 hours
Don't
at a
say
minimum. It's probably triple or quadruple that, given all the prep work you do as a trustee, plus the fact that 6 of those years he's served as our mayor. I'd like to remind people that being mayor of Dobbs Ferry is not a job. It's a volunteer role with a small stipend. He was elected as mayor 3 times, understanding that he can bring to it his calm demeanor, his open mind, balanced and lawyery thinking, and commitment to his neighbors. Mayor Rosillo kept his practice as a labor attorney throughout this time, balancing innumerable responsibilities and always bringing a careful, even-handed approach to problem solving. Though he had already served as trustee for many years when he was first elected to the mayor's seat, nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to face. In his first term, the pandemic hit, which he handled with the previously noted calm demeanor and commitment to us all. He's led us through emergency after emergency as our underground systems succumb to old age. He's kept us below the tax cap, making sure to keep spending under control. He made diversity and inclusion a priority of the village, hearing that so many of our residents don't feel at home here and that we should do the work to change that. Mayor Rosillo's dedication to our village is remarkable. Through quite literally one of the most difficult times in recent human history, through operational challenges at Village Hall and across the facilities and departments for which we are responsible, through the current national political uncertainty, he's kept us steady and financially healthy and proven to many that Dobbs Ferry can be a true home for all who live here. He swears he's not going far and that we can all still come to him for anything, and I will personally be taking him up on that. So enjoy your last meeting on the dais, Mayor, since I'm sure we'll see you at every future meeting out there in the crowd. Right? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I can't believe this day is actually here. It's been an incredible journey. I think Donna was here, and David, who were both when I first started, and we both gotten really involved with Rivertown Square on that. And people say, well, he got involved for the wrong reason because he wanted to fight a project that was like a not in my backyard type project, and that's the reason why he got involved. And I say that that's one of the best reasons to get involved because we know our neighborhoods better than anyone else, and we have an intimate knowledge of what is appropriate for our neighborhoods and what's not. And through all the decade and a half that I've been doing this, people who've been affected by projects come before us, and they make it oftentimes better. Because we've said this all the time, we are not experts in every field. We change one parking thing on one street, and it affects 5 other streets a bad way. And people come to us, and we realize that we are not experts in it, and we accommodate it, and we try to make it work. And I think that's what happens when people come before us and get involved, when projects that affect their neighborhood, their streets, if they come before the board and are reasonable, respectful, and have good reasons why things should be changed, that's a great reason for getting involved. And I really encourage people who have those issues to come to the board. That's one of the things I wanted to do, is make this a welcoming place. I had never been to Village Hall before, and I came in and I saw how things worked, and I decided to run and get involved. And through all those different administrations, different political point of views, we were always civil to one another, we were always respectful for one another, and we always got to a decision that we may not have all agreed with, but we made a decision, and I think our input made that project a little bit better. So I think those are key factors when people should get involved, and when they do get involved, like all of us here, we're all been respectful. I think Donna could attest to that, David could attest to that, how respectful we always have been to one another, and we work towards, we all think we're doing best for the village. It's nothing that is a personal situation. So I think over the years, that's what evolved. I especially want to thank the deputy mayors that I've worked with, Donna and Nicole Sullivan, for all their input. You really rely and I think Christy, I've been relying on her for the last few months, and she realizes what it involves to be not only the deputy mayor. Don Mara is here, who's the mayor, who can speak to what it means to be the chief executive of a village and how the village runs. And what you see, not to toot our horn, but what you see is very small of all the effort and time and energy that we spend doing things that are, I guess, expected of the mayor and of the leader of the village. So thank you very much. Rick, I see Rick is here. I really want to thank you for taking time and energy for coming down tonight. You know, we were on the board when we selected you to be the police chief, and I haven't regretted it at all. You've been great. I think you've been also calm and cool, collected, same attributes that I aspire to be, and I think together we've done a great job in the village, and I appreciate you taking the time to come down tonight. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So thank you again, everybody. It's been a pleasure, and I know that Christy and the new board will do great, so thank you very much.
We can now all take off our
You
beards.
can now take your jackets off.
I get you.
Now get serious.
I appreciate it.
I think I have to move an action item from, was supposed to be on the workshop to the agenda. So let's move that agenda item concerning Palisade Street and Station Plaza retaining wall to the agenda. So is there a motion to add that to the agenda? Trustee Patino, second trustee Nell, all in favor? It's passed, and it's action item number 11. I think for the record, I have to show that trustee Galen is appearing virtually by virtue of extraordinary circumstance. Will you certify as such, trustee Galen?
I will.
You can nod your, well, I guess you have to say yes.
I said yes. Can you hear me? Can you
We
hear me?
can't hear you. Unmute.
I'm unmuted.
I'll take that as a yes. It's my last meeting. You could then do whatever you want.
For the record, there was
I
a
said
thumbs
yes.
up.
Right. So let's move to the appointments. Oh, actually, it's a department report from our own Justice Court judge.
All right, can you hear me, or should I hold this?
We hear you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just wanted to acknowledge and congratulate the mayor and Ms. Rosenasser for your service, and thank you very much. And enjoy your time off the board. I had that experience.
You came back as a judge, though. I guess you missed it.
Yeah. Always want to be involved. So you've asked me to report on the court, and I sort of want to have like 4 topics. I'll talk about in general about the court, what we do, some statistics, and things that hopefully are going to happen in the future. So the Justice Court, we have basically 4 staff, myself, the elected judge, and then Judge Harwood, who's appointed on an annual basis, the associate judge, and we have 2 court clerks. And in addition, we have 2 court security officers who appear to provide security during the court sessions. The Village Justice Court has jurisdiction over a variety of matters. So we're sort of like the local magistrates court, I guess, or justice of the peace in the old days. We do criminal cases, misdemeanors, violations, felonies, vehicle and traffic, parking tickets, landlord-tenant eviction proceedings, village ordinance enforcement cases involving things like overgrown weeds, shrubs, building permits, snow clearance, other things, and small claims, which are cases involving, civil cases involving amounts, no more than $3,000 at issue. And the traffic court handles moving violations. And then we also, we get involved if people contest their parking tickets. Just some statistics. I can rattle off some numbers for the past several years. In 2002, we basically had over 100 criminal cases that were initiated by the police department. We had over 1,300 vehicle traffic cases, 25 civil. It's not broken down between landlord-tenant. And then, so that was in 2022. In 23, 144 criminal cases, slightly fewer VTLs, and 37 civil cases. I remember that seemed to be a busy year with landlord-tenant. I had a lot of landlord-tenant trials that year. 2024, again, 117 new criminal cases, over 1,000 VTLs, 32 civil cases, and then a variety of other cases. In terms of, I'm not supposed to care about this, but I think you probably care, in terms of how much collections the court comes up with. In 2022, about $370,000. In 2023, about $350,000. $350,000 in collections. 2024, $480,000. And so far, through the end of October, we've collected about $290,000. The court sessions, I have my criminal calendars Thursday mornings, where we either do the new arraignments or process cases as they work their way through. We have an assigned district attorney, and they sort of go through a process of discovery, and then hopefully there's some plea bargaining. We are capable of having jury trials, though in the 8 years I've had a couple of juries called, and then somehow when the jury gets here, they end up making a plea deal, so we actually haven't had a jury trial. I've had multiple non-jury landlord-tenant trials that I've conducted. The other thing that, and then we have vehicle and traffic. Before the pandemic, the vehicle and traffic calendar, which was handled by Judge Harwood, was 2 Thursdays a month at night. After COVID, they've been doing once a month doing vehicle and traffic cases on Tuesday mornings, which I guess Christy got to observe this morning, see how that works.
I was being fun. I went to see it for fun, not because I was.
Oh, no, right, no,
I didn't have
yes.
a
You were just there to observe.
Yes,
Right,
thank you.
yes, exactly.
Nice.
We're not a motorist with a ticket. Yes, I didn't mean to suggest that. Thank you for the clarification. The other aspect of my responsibilities and Judge Harwood's is that we're available to the police when there's an arrest off hours that could occur now or Saturday nights, or we come in and do arraignments at night and on weekends or during the day. I often get called in, even though I had a law practice in White Plains, I'd have to come over here to do an arraignment. So we do off-hour arraignments. And just to give you a flavor for it, in 2022, there were 55, 2023, 53, and 2024, 48, and then so far this year, 39 off-hour arraignments. If I'm out of town, Judge Harwood's available. Otherwise, please call the judges in the surrounding villages, and the same thing I covered for the other villages when those judges aren't available. So we sort of informally work with each other to do that. And then the other is the moving violation, the non-criminal vehicle and traffic cases are handled by Judge Harwood. And I guess the one issue that I've been striving for and trying to push is there was a huge backlog when I became a judge. And then I sort of scheduled a lot of extra days to try to bring the backlog down. And then so right now the backlog, I think it was up to 5 months, and now it seems to be 3.5, 4 months. So basically, if somebody gets a moving violation ticket, they plead guilty, they then will get assigned a court date to come in to see the village prosecutor and the judge to maybe do a plea bargain. Right now, I think it's about 3.5 months. So now there are people that pleaded not guilty in August that may get seen in December. And so I'm trying to encourage that to reduce that to hopefully less than 2 months, so people can have justice delayed is justice denied, to try to push that along. Now, in terms of the future, I think the big thing that's going to happen, and I know there's some controversy about it, but I think the administrators in the 9th Judicial District, of which we're part, are pushing to create a centralized arraignment plan so that there will always be coverage, somebody will always be available on off hours to do arraignments, and it's a complicated plan. But basically, I guess the idea would be all the judges would rotate and there'd be like a 2-week period. I'd be on call for the part of the county to go in, but the other times, if I'm not around, the police would be able to bring a defendant to be arraigned, and they'd know where the judge is. And it's a complicated plan, but that's sort of the general idea. As you know, we applied for, and I haven't heard yet, for a grant from the state. Right now the courtroom has chairs like this, and we had an audit done by safety, and they recommended we get rid of that. So we've asked to get benches, so, you know, an angry defendant can't pick up a chair and assault somebody with it, and make the benches immovable. We've also asked for money to make the clerk's window more secure, bulletproof. Right now it's not, so hopefully get some money to do that. And then one thing I'm working on is to, right now, if somebody gets a parking ticket and want to pay, they can pay that online. But if they have to pay a criminal fine or a VTL fine, they can either call in with a credit card or come to court. So I'm trying to, working with something called Elon, I think, to come up with an online payment system for the vehicle and traffic tickets. And then I guess the other thing I wanted to mention is that, to remind you that we have 3 court security officers who rotate. We're trying to get a 4th person on board, and because of civil service regulations, I think you passed a resolution back in August or July to go to the state legislature to get a law passed to amend the criminal procedure law, which sort of seems a little extreme to have to do that, but that's what we have to do, so they can be armed in the village, in the court. And I had a conversation with Mary Jane Shimsky a few months ago, and she said it's going to have to, goes into a legislative session, you're going to have to do it again. So I ask you, first meeting in January, repass the resolution, send it up to Andrew Stewart Cousins and Mary Jane Shimsky, and hopefully we can get that accomplished. And then, now, one more comment. I know I've communicated with you with issues regarding the parking meters and issues with the people paying and then getting a ticket even though they paid. Haven't had too many of those the last couple of weeks, so I don't know what's happened, but it seems like maybe that's calmed down. One other thing we've had in the last week, several people who paid, but the machine paid with cash at the meter instead of using the app, and there's no paper in the meter, so they're getting tickets, and they don't have a receipt. So I just wanted, I don't know, how do you fill up those machines, but
Can you pass that on to PD when that happens, if you hear that?
Yeah, I can, yeah, I have 3, I didn't bring them with me, but I have the plea forms from the people. So.
Yeah. Mayor, I can provide an update on that for the judge and the board as well. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. We are working with the police department through Jeff's office, who does the collections, of course.
Sure.
So basically, we're going to reestablish, so some of the coin machines are more widely used than others, more popular. So we're going
Right.
to hit the popular ones first, and we'll be working with the police department to make sure that they're emptied and also the paper rolls are replaced. Also, I'm pleased to report that I did hear from Assemblyman members Shimsky's office today. It is, in fact, going to be on the January agenda.
Oh, good.
So they have the resolution. It's fashioned after Ardsley and Pleasantville, who did the same thing.
Right.
So
Okay.
basically, we were taking their lead, so that is already going to be on there for
Oh, wonderful.
for the January session.
You may want to just boot in suspenders, do it anyway again. Just
Yes.
so you don't have an
No,
excuse.
yeah, 100%.
So, and that's all I have to say unless you have any questions. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your reelection, so you'll be judge for the next 4 more years?
Thank you, you reminded me. I just wanted to thank everybody in the village for voting for me and confidence to reelect me, and look forward to serving for another 4 years. Thanks.
Good luck.
David, Judge, can you send, I like the data that you were saying in your presentation. Could you just email that to the board so that we have it?
Which date is that? The
All of what you were telling us about.
The-
this-
oh, the
data.
Okay, sure. I will do that.
Thank you.
Very good.
I could do a FOIL request next week and next month and get it for you. I had indicated that we were going to move the action item from the workshop to the regular meeting as the last item, but since it was a plan to make it in the workshop, and I know Anthony is not a happy person because of that, we're going to move it up. So let's move that to action item number 1. I'm still not getting the appointments. I just want to talk about this item, since it was supposed to be a workshop item. Yeah. So, do you want to come on up, Anthony?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry, I didn't come prepared to make a presentation. I thought we were just going to do like kind of a
Yeah,
workshop
yeah, you don't have to.
discussion.
I just want to reiterate, you wrote a letter, I think on March, I have it here, March 20th, 2025, revised November 13th, 2025. And if I'm correct in it, you're adding in, I think we had spoken, the trustees, about adding a platform, a viewing type of platform, and I think your new proposal includes that. Is that correct?
That's right. I just added kind of an allowance to like look at some concepts, because there's been a couple of ideas floating around. We've been talking to Rob Lane.
Right.
And I know he has a concept of a viewing platform. So the idea was maybe to incorporate that. Actually, just before the meeting, I showed him a little hand sketch of maybe a little expanded viewing platform to incorporate into what we were going to do for the wall anyway, as kind of a modest change. So I just kind of added an allowance to kind of work up that, a concept there. The other thing we were looking at was adding maybe a sidewalk down Palisade. That would, yeah, and that was part, I think, of Rob's ideas as well. That will narrow the roadway somewhat, but there was also talk of maybe keeping the road one way.
Right.
So that might work. We've looked at, extending that sidewalk down to the bottom to Station Plaza and maybe crossing over there, and maybe replacing that guide rail. We're thinking like with a wooden guide rail, or something. We should dress it up a bit. Maybe do some colored concrete for the sidewalk, or some kind of pattern, printed pattern. So we could look at some of those ideas. So again, the allowance I had in there was just for strictly hourly, whatever time it takes. It may go quickly, and may go through a few concepts, I don't know, but it might be a good idea to designate a couple of people for us to work with, just to kind of work that up. And then we'll be off to the races with the design and the bid documents.
Okay, so that includes, what you're suggesting is included in that price of $182,500?
Right.
Okay. Okay, is there any comment on this? I think we want to go forward.
That does
with this, right?
include the sidewalk? That possible sidewalk?
That includes the three options,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
The one with
Yeah,
the
all
sidewalk
of
and the
that
viewing
stuff.
platform, the one with just the viewing platform, and just the
Right,
original
right.
that we were talking about.
And just for clarity, it's not that entire Rob Lane scenario. It's like maybe one of those, the lower, I should say, viewing platform, that was like right adjacent to the sidewalk.
Yes.
That would be the thing to do
Right.
at this point.
Anthony, does this address, especially given the desire that the board expressed at our last workshop where we discussed this, to strongly consider the one-way uphill on Palisade? Does this address also beyond the design elements, the difficult hairpin uphill turn from Station Plaza?
No, that's a highway engineer.
Yeah, I mean, we really can't change the geometry of that. That would entail a much larger project, I
Okay.
think, yeah.
But just
There is a
so,
wall at the bottom at Station Plaza that kind of dictates, I think, that hairpin there. I don't think we want to alter that wall. Part of this, by the way, that project is to dress that wall up, fix cracks, put some drainage behind that wall. So maybe it'll last another 110 years.
But I just want to say this, my understanding of this is there's line item 3, which is a conceptual design allowance, which is to look at these, and then whichever of those schemes is selected, whether we decide to add the viewing platform or the sidewalk or, some combination, then the bid document, the final design, item 4, and bid document number 5 would include all of that one way or the other, whichever.
Right.
way we go. So the only difference is a minor difference in allowance for some, some initial sketches for us to have a subsequent conversation about what happens next. I think maybe there's a bigger conversation with the community about what that street becoming one way or not. So I think we
Yeah.
will see those soon.
I think to do the sidewalk will have to be one way. We're going to narrow the roadway too much. I mean, within that allowance, if you wanted us to look at something with that turn, that would result, I think, in a larger project, and I'd have to kind of go back to the drawing board.
Let me not upset the apple cart.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you, Anthony. So is there a and I'm making this up as I go along. So is there a motion to approve the professional engineering service contract for AI engineers in the amount of $102,500 as outlined in the memo?
That's incorrect.
182,000.
Oh,
I mean, I would like it to be,
I don't-
but it's.
100, you never
Just gave you a
said, you
haircut,
never
Anthony.
corrected me before today.
That's
Last
not
chance.
true.
$182,500. Is there a motion? Trustee Patino, second trustee Rosen Asher, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm supposed to say, Mike, that I never make a mistake before. Okay, I have to make
Frequent.
my final appointments. So I'd like to announce the appointment of Michelle Spinello to the Ad hoc Downtown Committee for a term of 1 year, as recommended by the nominating committee. We thank her for stepping up and
Can I
volunteering.
just clarify on that real fast? When they're appointed for a term of 1 year, aren't they all expire at the end of this month, and then we reappoint them in December, or no?
No, what we'll do when they begin the term this close to, the organization meeting date, their term will be good till December of the 2026.
list.
So they kind of get an extra month, so 2 weeks, whatever.
Okay, I'd like to announce the appointment of Justin Bush, Larry Katzenstein, and Shamari Rollins to the Ad hoc Sustainable Jobs Committee, each for a term of 1 year, as recommended by the dominating committee. I again want to thank them for stepping up and volunteering. Looking through the resumes, I know some people have lived here a year, some people lived here for 7 or even longer. So we just appreciate anyone who takes the time to volunteer on behalf. So thank you very much for that. I'd also like, I guess this is a motion. Is there a motion to appoint Shamari Rollins as the second alternate member of the planning board for a term of 3 years, as recommended by the nominating committee? Trustee Rosen Asher, second trustee Patino, all in favor. That passes unanimously. Thank you again for stepping up. Is there a motion to temporarily appoint, why am I doing this as a temporary appointment?
Because we need New York State to approve the permanent appointment as an exempt appointment. So until they do that, we can only appoint her temporarily.
Okay, so we've decided, the village decided last year or earlier this year, to create the Office of the Auditor that would take on the fiduciary responsibility of the trustees to review all the audit claims, expenses that the village goes through. So we're finally filling that position because, as Jeff had indicated, it was not really a position until we got it approved. So is there a motion to temporarily appoint Leslie Tilliston to the Office of Auditor? Trustee Rosen Asher, second trustee Rosenberg, all in favor. That passes unanimously. Is there a motion to appoint John Mertens as a junior volunteer firefighter for the Dobbs Ferry Fire Department? Trustee Rosen Asher, second trustee Rothrock, all in favor. That passes unanimously. We want to thank John for stepping up and volunteering as a junior volunteer firefighter. And I want to thank the volunteer firefighters for really stepping up their recruitment. They've really added a lot of number of people to the roles in the last year. So thank you for that. Public hearing, is there a motion to reopen the public hearing regarding the cable franchise renewal agreement between the Village of Dobbs Ferry and Verizon? Trustee Nell, second trustee Rosenberg, all in favor. Public hearing is now open. You want to give us a little background?
Yes, I will. I'm happy to do that. Based upon a meeting you had with Mr. Train, who is your representative on this franchise agreement discussion, Dan Posen of my office represents the consortium that is involved with negotiating this. You had posed some very good questions, and Mr. Train has asked for some additional time to get answers for you. So unless there's someone in the public who wants to make comments on the franchise agreement, our recommendation with Mr. Train's input is to further adjourn this public hearing into your next meeting on the 9th of
Okay,
December.
just as a way of background, the village enters into franchise agreements with Verizon and with Altice, what used to be Cablevision, so that they can have a franchise with you for cable TV. The type of franchise agreement is very much prescribed by the government and what can be negotiated, what can't be negotiated, what kind of fees we could charge, and what kind of money they have to pay for other expenses, such as the TV stations and the equipment. So we're looking to see if we can get something for our downtown bandwidth so we can get those parking meters, people can have access to it. And some of us, Trustee Rosenberg, Deputy Mayor Nell and I attended a meeting, and we've gotten some, I don't want to say promises, assurances, or something. I think they're going to try to see what they can do to help us. So in light of that, we're going to put this over to the next meeting. So is there anybody from the public want to speak? Because there's a public hearing. Okay, so I need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Anybody online?
Anybody online?
Who knows? Oh.
Okay.
They would be blind by now.
I
So-
mean,
Is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing regarding the cable franchise agreement? Trustee Patino, second. Trustee Rosen Asher, all in favor. Meeting that's hereby adjourned. Courtesy of the floor, is there anybody here who wants to speak? Come on up.
Good evening, I'm Matthew Scott Hansen. I'm the chair of the Conservation Advisory Board. I'm not here to bitch about parking downtown. I initially wanted to come here to recognize Liz Dreeper because I wasn't able to come when she was recognized previously. And I was driving down Ashford Avenue today and I saw her veterans banner in front of the old Ardsley Middle School, and I said, I've got to go, I've got to go, I've got to go. So here I am. So I wanted to congratulate you. But I also wanted to, on behalf of the CAB, I wanted to recognize also the numerous non-elected staff who work so hard behind the scenes for the village and in the village, including Margaret Parr, and also now we have Diana, who's with her today, and Danielle. So they're giving her much needed support, giving them much needed support to keep things moving during this very busy time, with the New York Forward grant and so on and so forth. So I recognize that and want to recognize them. And also all the other, non-elected staff. We have, Jeff, Rob, Stephen, Lori Lee also tonight who are here with us, and many who aren't, like emergency services teams and all the other staff members who work hard for us residents who aren't here tonight. But now the election has passed. I also wanted to thank the outgoing trustees and the mayor as well for putting up with the many sort of often niggling, but we think important requests of the CAB that when we come down and annoy you at courtesy of the floor and things like that, when we do our part, for the village. And, we promise with you incoming new trustees and also the remaining ones that we will continue to be just as niggling in the future to get done what we think is important as well for our role in the village too. And we know you guys, everybody here has a difficult job, often thankless jobs to do. So on behalf of the CAB, we wanted to thank you for your, sometimes thankless, but now it's not. So we just wanted to thank everybody for that and ask for your future support as it's been in the past and present. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for everything that you've done. It's very
Thank you.
nice. But I'm sure the staff supports, we don't appreciate them enough, I know, so thank you. And you've really taken that position, and you've really made, that's a very active and very important and key part of the community. So thank you very much for everything that you do. So we appreciate it.
And we're still hoping that 2026 will be the year that we can take possession of that parkland. Who knew, right? Department of Transportation, we're stuck in limbo still, so.
Anybody else for courtesy of the floor? Okay, let's move on. I think at a prior workshop, we had discussed the village's vehicle replacement policy, and I think we're ready to move forward with it. So but before I put it to a vote, does anybody have any comments or questions about it? Great. So is there a motion to consider a resolution to adopt the village's first vehicle replacement policy and procedures? trustee Rosen Asher, seconded trustee Rothrock. All in favor? That passes unanimously. Just as you could tell, Liz, there's going to be trustee Rosen Asher is going to do every single one. So just so you know.
I caught on.
He gets my name right. Yeah.
We'll see there should be a pool, how many times I get it wrong.
And don't forget poor Jessica.
We already have that. plan.
Sneezes.
Yes.
Action item number 2, is there a motion to waive parking fees in the 99 Street parking lot from December 1st through December 31st,
The
2020?
99 Cedar Street.
What did I say?
No, it says
it's a
here, it
typo.
says 99 Street, which is,
99 Cedar Street.
99th Street.
Trustee Rosen Asher, second trustee Rothrock, all in favor? That passes unanimously. So we always try to do something along the holidays to make it a little bit easier for people to park downtown. And we like to encourage people to park in the Cedar Street parking lot. So that's the theory behind that. Next action item is to is there a motion to authorize the street closure of Cedar Street at Broadway and Main Street to Chestnut Street for the 2025 Holiday Light Parade and Tree Lighting Event to be held on December 6, 2025? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Nell, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Action item number 4. Is there a motion to declare a 2016 Ford Escape as surplus equipment? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Rosenberg, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Action item number 5, is there a motion to declare a 2018 Ford Escape as surplus equipment? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Rothrock, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Action item number 7, is there a motion to authorize the village administrator to execute an extension of the annual infrastructure bid contract with MTS Infrastructure? Before I put it to a vote, Rob, what exactly, they maintain all of our,
You missed the Westchester County IMA.
The firing range facility.
oh, the number 6, sorry. Okay.
Missed the firing range.
Okay, is there a motion to authorize the village administrator to sign and execute a renewal of the intermunicipal agreement with Westchester County for use of their firing range facility? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Rothrock, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Action item number 7. Rob, can you just explain, they take care of all of our infrastructure? What's the deal with that?
We decided to send out a bid for various infrastructure items that come across daily or weekly, as the infrastructure repairs could be sidewalks, pavement, roadway, curbs. They did the drainage work over at the embassy. So basically, they have a list of 20, 30 items that we use regularly. So we have one bid price from them, so we don't have to bid this out every time. I think they successfully completed about 18 projects in 1 year. And again, they do very well, good work. They work well with the DPW. And so I would recommend actually having another year with them. And they're holding their prices for all those items as well.
Okay.
Anthony Oliveri did the bid specifications for this, and it went through the procurement process. It's permitted to assign the bulk of this that happen regularly for an annual. And part of the bid spec was the village could exercise the option to extend it for a year. MTS has agreed. They're amenable to that, so you're just giving them an additional year, and they'll continue to cover projects as they arise.
Okay. So is there a motion to authorize the village administrator to execute an extension of the annual infrastructure bid contract with MTS Infrastructure for 1 year? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Patino, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Action number 8, is there a motion?
We have a typo.
Yeah, this is a carryover. This should be for the Olmsted tree and shrub work.
Which is
It actually-
arborist services. Again, another annual contract.
It's annual, but.
Oh, it says
It's just
infrastructure.
annual
not infrastructure.
infrastructure, say annual arborist, or
It's an annual arborist services.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so is there a motion to authorize the village administrator to execute an extension of the annual arborist bid contract with Olmsted Tree, Shrub, and Lawn Care for 1 additional year? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Rothrock, all in favor? That passes unanimously. Action item number 9, We love these, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to do one more of these, but I guess I have to. So we have a tax certiorari from 555 Corporation for a property located at 255 Broadway. And the amount, tax years 2023 through tax year, no, it's tax year 2024 through tax year 2026 for a total of $3,232.35. So is there a motion to authorize the tax certiorari settlement with petition of 552 Corporation for a property located at 257 Broadway? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Rothrock, all in favor. That passes unanimously. This is my last resolution ever.
Well,
Great resolution.
for this, do you want to like sing it?
Do we release the balloons now?
You want to not do it and just stay here forever?
I just
We have the T-shirt guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Give us
Okay.
Mondays and Fridays off?
Is there a motion to, I was laughing. Is there a motion to approve the audit of claims as submitted and recommended by the village treasurer? Trustee Rosen Asher, second. Trustee Nell, all in favor? That passes unanimously.
Also the last thing that'll ever be done.
Can if I can just say, like, one thing that we have not noticed the passing of tonight is the supermajority of people whose last names begin with R. And I'm just going to miss that.
Just rolls off your tongue, the ROs. It's true. I guess I have to do the report. So, Matt, do you have anything to report?
No, just that.
Deputy Mayor Nell, do you have anything to report?
Yes. So the downtown committee has created this concept. Last year they did this Merry Market, and people were a little bit confused what that was. Like, is there a market? And it was really just an initiative to try and get people to shop downtown when the trolley was happening. This year there's no trolley for the Chamber of Commerce, so they still wanted to do something to help push people to shop downtown. So they invented Merry Festa. And we have a little graphic, then they're putting things in their windows, and we're doing it on the day that we do all the stuff on the 6th. So we have all of the activities downtown the village is already doing, and all we're doing is saying, and you should shop that day, and then the stores can do promotions or whatever they want, but it gives us a reason to push people to go downtown. So I want to thank them for coming up with that, and also not asking a lot of the businesses. It's just like, we're just trying to send people your way. And
Are we waiving the sidewalk permit thing? I think we can just, I'm pretty sure, based on our last conversation, we can just say that it's happening, right?
Lori Lee.
Waiving the what? I'm sorry.
We are hereby waiving the
Sidewalk?
requirement to file for
If they were
individual
to put
sidewalk
stuff on the
permits
sidewalk.
for businesses that are in the downtown.
The sidewalk sales, yeah, we added a provision to the local code, but you should definitely take an action on that to indicate
need
that this would be a village-sponsored event, so.
More
Do
resolution,
that
Vinnie.
right now. One more, Vinnie.
Add it to the agenda.
Great, so let's add to the agenda.
You're welcome.
Add to the agenda, is there a motion to add to the agenda a resolution waiving the,
To allow, sidewalk sale?
Event, yeah.
Merry Festa?
The
Waiving fees for the.
vending fees for the Merry
Merry Festa.
Merry Festa,
Like very.
okay, as,
in accordance with the code permitting such waivers.
Yes, I would like to make a motion.
okay, trustee no. Second, trustee Rosen Asher.
Oh, sorry, I took the,
Okay, so now, is there a motion to waive the fees as outlined by the attorney of the village?
The attorney. The day-
Trustee Rosen Asher, second trustee Rothrock, all in favor? That passes
thank
unanimously.
you, Jess, for the reminder.
Trustee Patino, do you have anything you want to add?
No, thank you.
Trustee Rosen Asher, do you want to add it?
Let's see, the chair of the Human Rights and Diversity Committee will be leaving leaving the country. I can't really blame her. But we we do need more people for that committee. It's a very important committee. They do great work. If anyone is interested, please apply through the nominating committee. And it's been a real honor and a pleasure to serve on that committee and to be the liaison for that committee. And Roger and out.
Laura?
I just wanted to report that I have a meeting on Friday with Children's Village, and I was hoping to have the meeting before today, so I would have more to report, but I'm going to be doing a tour and meeting with them about, what their interests are, what they're planning in the next year, and how we can work closely with them.
Excellent.
That's great. I think I had something to add. Want
Was,
to make the announcement about?
did the New York Forward kind of close since our last meeting? I can't remember.
New York Forward has finished its process, and the consultants, VHB, are putting together the submission to go to the state. So that has not been shipped off yet to the state, but nothing else is left for us to do besides their work of submitting it.
Okay. So if there's nothing further, I again want to thank everybody, all the trustees, for all the support that they've given me. You can see that we sort of get along with each other. I want to thank the staff. You guys have been, this is your careers, this is your jobs. We come and go, and you've always been very supportive, very welcoming, and very informative when if I needed an explanation, you guys were always willing to take the time and explain it to me. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate the paid consultants, Laura Lee. I appreciate everything that you've done. I appreciate everything that Valerie's done, Anthony's done, and all the work that I've really relied upon, all of your efforts. Obviously, it's not done by one person. And Rob, I want to thank you for everything that you've done, and all the other village
My pleasure, Mayor.
administrators that have gone by. But I want to thank Rob. You've been there, and Charlene as well, and Donna Marcus back in the day, right? So it's been, and Richard Lyons, I want to thank him as well. So it's been a great journey. I appreciate everything that everyone's done for me, and this is the last time I get to use the gavel. So, is there a motion to end tonight's meeting? Sure. Trustee Rosen Asher. Second, Trustee Nell. All in favor?